And welcome to Goa Meetup, where we are doing a quick recap of some releases done this year for ACB, RPA, IDP, and Agentforce. So before we start, some safe harbor statement. Both the speaker and the host are organizing this meetup in individual capacity only. We are not representing our companies here. This presentation is strictly for learning purpose. We are not holding any responsibility that same solution will work for your business requirement. This presentation is not meant for any promotional activities. Some housekeeping. So we are recording the session. The recording will be available in the meetup page within 24 hours, and Vanna will share you the link where you can see all the past events and upcoming events, all the recordings, everything you can get in that page. You got mic access, so if you have any question, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask anything what you have. Uh, and at the end, you will receive an email with the feedback form. And I request, please fill up the form. Let us know how you like the meetup, what additional thing you want to see, what additional topic you want to see. This is a bread and butter for us. It helps us to bring more topics and the improve the experience for you guys, and we do it for learning, so please let us know your feedback. Coming to the organizer, so there are three organizers: Gaurav Dubey, Vanna, and Vinay. So Vinay, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, Abhishek. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, hello everyone, and welcome to the Goa MuleSoft Meetup. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Myself, Vinay, and I'm having 6+ years of experience in IT and MuleSoft. Currently, I'm working as a senior software engineer with Digital Bus, and I'm certified developer. Yeah, that's it from my side. Abhishek, thank you.
Thank you, Vinay. So Vanna and me, we are the speakers. So Vanna, I will shortly come to your introduction as well, but before that I'm going with so hello everyone. Hi, this is Abhishek. I'm working as a principal developer at Flash India. I'm a MuleSoft ambassador. I'm a leader for Guwahati and Lucknow meetup. I'm also a regional leader for India meetup. I'm a frequent speaker for MuleSoft Slack and Salesforce meetup communities. I have more than 9+ years of experience and 7+ in MuleSoft, certified developer for MuleSoft and certified architect for MuleSoft. I have done MuleSoft industry and GTM champion. I'm Salesforce double star ranger ranker. I hold some other certification at Salesforce, Solas, Dalbumi, GCP, and Copado. Copado is the recent one I did. I write technical blogs, create technical videos, and I own a patent for developing a portable washing machine. I have some YouTube channel where I post my videos, technical videos, and content for meetups, and you can find me on LinkedIn. Over to you, Vanna.
Yeah, thank you, Abhishek. Myself is Vandana Gowda. I am a senior software engineer at Gensa Technologies, and I'm also a top MuleSoft mentor for 2024 and a Goa meetup leader. I certified a MuleSoft developer as well as Salesforce, Celigo integration, and Workato. I'm also a technical writer at Medium and Salesforce Guide, as well as I'm frequently a speaker for the MuleSoft community. Yeah, that's all from my end. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vanna. So let's start with the agenda. What we're going to cover is like we'll talk about Anypoint Code Builder and its some of its latest feature this year. We'll talk about Agentforce Copilot and how it interacts with MuleSoft. We'll give an overview of RPA, like what is RPA, how what are the different components we have in that, how you can work with that, how the interface look. And at the last, we will discuss about the IDP understanding, and we'll do all this with demos. Okay, so personally, we like more to have demos instead of having more theory or PPTs. So I personally go with that. So we'll have most of the demo part. So we'll start with the Anypoint Code Builder. But before that, if anyone have any question or anything, please let us know. Or are we good with starting the meetup? Anyone, anything? Anything in the chat? Vanna, Vinay?
No, no, nothing as of now.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's start with this. So what is Anypoint Code Builder? So anyone worked with Code Builder or tried Code Builder so far? Anyone from the attendees? Okay, Vinay has tried. Anyone else?
Even I tried.
Ah, good. Okay. Oh, Mani, good to see you. Yep, good, good. You have tried it. Okay. So Anypoint Code Builder. So I'm sure like whoever worked in MuleSoft, they have worked with Studio. Okay, so that's your desktop ID where you do your development testing, all sorts of things for the MuleSoft API, right? Same Anypoint Code Builder. That's the future. That's the tool, or the ID which help us to build, design, test, deploy, and do everything what is required to create an API and deploy that. Okay, that has the power and flexibility of Visual Studio, so that run over the Visual Studio. Okay, uh, so it is both browser based and desktop ID, which allow you to work from anywhere. A Visual Studio extension is required for that. A graphical user interface to define your interface flow. Okay, central palette to quickly access commonly used command, code snippets, letting support for validation and interactive debugging. Okay, some latest feature for 2024, what we have seen is data wave expression, component configuration, support for multiple runtime version with 17 and 11 of Java, custom Java classes and code, Maven settings, Emunit support. So we can run Emunit. Okay, at present, it not started building, but we can run it. You have got the capabilities of API governance in Code Builder, and you can also uh, use the API. You can basically scaffold the async API now with your Anypoint Code Builder. Okay, we'll talk deeply about that, but let me tell you like how we do that. And also we have an Einstein feature with the Anypoint Code Builder. So your admin basically they will be able to see this options where they can see that this Einstein. And for you, if you have not started the uh, async API, then this is the async API part. Okay, where you need to enable the beta version for async API, and this is where the code builders like the browser based and your desktop ID looks like. Okay, so let me take to you in the Anypoint platform. So this is my Anypoint platform, and in that, if I go to Anypoint Code Builder, this is my screen which is visible. So for enabling Einstein, we need to first go to access management, and now they have MuleSoft has provided with a new tab or new option Salesforce, where you need to connect this with your Salesforce org first to enable your Einstein with your code builder. Okay, so once you do that, you will see the option what we have seen over here to get started. Okay, so this is where you can see your Anypoint Code Builder browser based as well as desktop based. So you can go and you click on this install button for your desktop. Okay, so there are some prerequisites which you need to do is you need to have a Visual Studio of 1.88.1 or later. You need to have a get and a Anypoint platform account. Okay, and this is the extension package which is going to be used in your Visual Studio. Once you install this package, you can see there is an option for Mule. You can see that option. Even if after installing this you don't see that, then we have a package for DataWave. Install that, and you will see this option, because this happened for me. Even after installing this, I was unable to see that option. And once I installed the DataWave package, it was coming for me. So taking to you to the Visual Studio. So this is how the Visual Studio looks like. Okay, and this is the options here. You can download all the packages what you want. Okay, like we were talking about this extension, Anypoint extension pack. Okay, so if I type it over here, see Anypoint extension package. So this is deployed for installed for me, so I can see that. And we have a data weave package in case if it doesn't work for you, so you can have a data weave package as well to get this mail icon. So once you do this, you get this mail icon, and here you can start with your Anypoint code builder. You have three different quick options over here: design an API. So you can design your API through here. So you need to connect with your Anypoint platform. So you can see there is an option like I'm connected with your Anypoint platform. So you need to connect with your Anypoint platform, okay, to have all the features over here. You can directly implement using the assets whatever you have deployed in an exchange. Okay, and we will see one of them. I can show you with async API how that looks. And then if you directly want to start it from scratch, you can do it from here, develop an integration. Okay, we will see this when we will see the Einstein AI thing. So async API, let me show you first that one. So I want to have it from, say, specification. So async API, I have given a name. I will give it a location. I have given it a location. And I already have a sync API. So here you can see that I can add the asset, and you can see the different runtime. Now it has started with 4.4, 4.6.8, 4.7.4, and 4.8. The latest one we have, and the Java version is 11 and 17 what is supported. So we have spoken about this, right? The features what we have. So runtime features what we have over here. Okay, for Maven, so when you create your first application and you provide a location, like I provided a location as endpoint code builder, you can see the runtime Java and everything will be installed over here. Here is your Maven package, where you have got the settings file, your Maven. Okay, let me see if I can open this. Okay, this is how your Maven token is. Okay, so this is your Maven settings file. And once I start creating my application, the folder will be created over here. So for async API, okay, say, and I will create project. So it takes whatever we have defined in the async API, and let me show you what we have done in the async API. So this is my async API specification. I'm not going very deep with that. Okay, we are just having an overview. So we defined a channel. Okay, we defined publish and subscriber over here. So it works with Anypoint MQ and Kafka for now. Okay, I've defined this API specification. Okay, given publish, subscribe, what should be the name of this, what are the components, what are the validation I need to do. So it will create a sync kit router for you. Okay, it has scaffolding. So this is how your async API looks like, right? So it will generate a flow for me, and it is getting it ready. And here my async API is getting ready. So this is how your code builders look like. You get a palette over here, I can say, which shows you the XML code. Like in Studio, we have got a configuration XML block, right, where you can see what are the XMLs. So this is the same configuration XML block where you can see the XMLs written over here, and here it will generate the flow for you, the async flow. Okay, it takes some time because it is downloading all the package dependency and the structure. You can see all the structure, like we have POM, the same way how we see in our Studio, the resources. For Java, this is the option for Java where you can write your Java code, and we have got Java components over here. I will show you that, which is also one of the part of our release, custom Java classes and code. Okay, so sorry. So this see, this has created your listener. Okay, now you can choose the channel name, the predefined channel name, whatever you have defined over here. Okay, you can provide your connection. This is giving you the server name. Okay, now one more release was regarding the input and output, so you can see, okay, what kind of input you are giving and what are the expected output. You can provide any note if you want to give. You can define any note, like if any other developer is working and they want to see like what this particular doing, you can define a note over there. This is your general setting. This is your advanced, like meme type or anything you want to define over here. Okay, see, this is your input output, like what input you're expecting and what should be the output. You can define it over here. So this is also one new feature this year what we had over here. For data wave, to add any component, you can click it over here. You can see the different components divided over here, the connectors divided over here. Okay, any snippet you want to see, although you can also search from here. So the Java release, what we had, you can see the Java components over here. You can use that over. But if you want to use, say, variable, I want to use set variable. So I will just click on that. And you can see the set variable is used. And this is the latest uh, data wave expression release what we had. You can write your data wave expression. You can see the payload and functions over here. Okay, these are the functions, so you can directly use whatever function you want. Okay, that you can directly bring over here. So again, if I go to function, say I want to use something as split. Okay, so if you click on this, the split will come over here and you can use that, right? Munit, it only used to run. Okay, so if you have the Munit XML for your code, so you will get an option to run that. Okay, that's the only feature, but the product team is working to bring more facilities with your anypoint code builder. For API governance, you can see, like, you can type MuleSoft and there are add governance rule set. So once you click on that, so you want to apply governance to your Mule Flow application, you can directly do it from here instead of going somewhere else. You can add it from here. So if you type MuleSoft, you can see all the different options what we have over here. Okay, let me see for governance. This is not coming for some reason, but let me see. Unfortunately, this is not loading, but we have this option of governance. Okay, select rules that it is showing me, but it is not showing me that option. Let me see if I can have anything else. Okay, I'm not sure why it is not working, but yeah, we can have our governance also over here. Okay, so these are some of the latest features what we had over Anypoint Code Builder. And now let me show you for Einstein. So when we create something new, okay, so it gives us option like either we want to create it from scratch or we want to use Einstein. So we can click on Einstein and you can see the option will open up for us. Also, before to use Einstein, we need to have a package install, which is, if you go to package, then Agentforce for developers. Okay, so this package is required. Once you install this, you will get this option for Agentforce, okay, or Einstein, and then this will be enabled for you. And make sure you need to have this in your platform, or you need to have the Einstein license, how I have shown it over here. You need to get started and you need to log into your platform, then only it will be used. So suppose I need to write a prompt over here saying that create a flow for me where the payload is, say, ID is 1, and first name, say, AB, and last name, say, code. just giving anything to this. Close it and map this in a data wave to and map in a data wave to map ID with say cost ID and name with other fields. Okay, my field spelling is wrong, but let's see if this recognize and generate a flow for me, how it do it. Oh. So let me go to my agents. So there are this, you can see there are this tabs. So if I accidentally close it, I can go back. Okay. Let's see if it is, oh, let me write again. Create a flow for me where the input payload is, sorry for that, ID 1, first name as a any point, last name code builder and use data wave to map ID with cost ID and name with the concatenation of other fields. Okay, let's wait and see how it brings the flow to us. So it will give you an XML and then you can use that XML to any of your flow, or you can just write like insert and it will insert in the following. So now see, this has created me a flow. Let me use the insert and this has created a flow for me, and I have told like my input will be ID and other are first name, last name, but you need to concatenate that, like map ID with cust ID and any other field which are present, map that with name, concatenated, and see how this has created this flow and this data view for me. So I have not written it, but Einstein has written this for me. Okay, so this is one example. You can give more detail over here, like add a listener and then after listener add a set payload or data weave or set variable, whatever you want. Okay, this is how the Einstein work. This is how the code builder looks like, how you can implement or how you can extract the data from asset, from exchange asset, create a flow out of that. Okay, so this is pretty much about Anypoint code builder. So anyone have any question till now, or if anyone want to add anything on this?
So I have some questions, Abhishek.
Yeah, sure. In other words, how artifact generate in code builder get hooked up deployed using CLI? So this is regarding like how to deploy the code using CLI for code builder.
Yes. So if I
Uh-huh.
consider the code builder as an alternative to that Anypoint, means our Anypoint Studio, right? So
Right.
basically, the Anypoint Studio, we develop the items, and normally as a shortcut, right,
Uh-huh.
we execute Maven commands to create the jar file in the target folder, right,
Right.
and use that jar to deploy it in the CLI, right?
Yes.
Uh, is that possible in this? So basically this Visual Studio, right, whatever you are doing,
Mm-hmm.
right,
Mm-hmm.
this is in your local Visual Studio, correct?
Right.
So the way we can execute the Maven commands under this folder would
Mhm.
should stay the same, right? Or
Right.
is there any difference?
So see, this will work the same. Like we also have a Maven support for this, right? I've shown you like there is a Maven it creates. So
Yeah.
using the command prompt, it can do the same thing. Also, you have the option over here, see deploy to cloud. So in Studio, how we have like from Studio also directly we can deploy
Right,
anything to cloud, right?
right,
So you
right,
have got
right.
the same option over here. Okay.
Mhm.
Although I have not tried it directly, but there is an option which you can use to deploy it to Cloud Hub as well. And still, like it is developing, so there are few more features are coming along this.
Yeah, yeah. Means the reason why I
Mhm.
asked this question is because of the CI/CD. So normally
Right,
in our
right. No, I
cases,
understand.
right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
understand that. Like
exactly.
now, you will think like the structure has been changed, or
Mhm.
Studio have a different structure, but this have like, but the structures are same. This is also going to give you the jars or everything, and the CI/CD process. What you can do through the repo or using the Maven command, you can try creating jars and do your CLI.
Got
That
it.
should not be
Okay.
that should
Or
not
like
be.
deploying the application here, automatically that jar will be generated in that wherever you have created that end-to-end code builder, right? It will create the jar over there.
No, you have to create the jar. Like now, I've created this. Okay, so you are talking about the target.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
this is the target created
Correct, correct.
from me. So this
So,
is the jar. If you are talking about target, then definitely yes, the same way it works, how it works in Studio. But if you
mhm.
want to create it through your command prompt, then yeah, you can do that.
Correct. Means what I'm trying to get at is, in AnyPoint Studio, we have, for example, we have a separate code
Right,
repository, right?
right.
We sync in the code, and
Mhm.
under that code repository, we execute the Maven command, create the jar, deploy using CLI, right? What I'm
Right.
trying to ask is, means to me, this is no different. Means in the
Yeah, this is no
web,
different. Right, right.
yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other question?
No questions.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry. So now the next part is our Agentforce Copilot. So before we start, again, I want to ask: anyone tried the Agentforce Copilot till now? Anything? Or we had recently we had our Agentforce Mega Meetup. Anyone attended that? Tried out the Agentforce part? Anyone?
Abhishek,
Yeah,
again,
I
this
have
chat.
attended that one.
Uh, yeah, even
Cool.
attended the Akshita Safat session. Can you hear me?
Right.
Vinay this
Great.
side.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Vinay. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, Mani, I can hear you too. Okay. So let's start a little bit with Agentforce, and I will show you like how MuleSoft can interact with Agentforce. So basically, I've created an application around it. Okay. So Agentforce Copilot. So first of all, Agentforce Copilot is not just a bot. Okay. Uh, so a lot of people have this concept where it is like a bot, but no, it is not. Okay, bot is different. Agentforce Copilot is different. That is powered by Salesforce CRM and a convention of AI assistant in that. Okay, it's available for all your Salesforce pages. Okay, it is semi automated, means we type a request for a business talk like a question or instruction using natural language, and the Copilot take it from there. And it is conversational, like it's not like you have asked one question and it will just give one answer, and you cannot do conversation with that. You can do that. You can create a report, you can connect MuleSoft, you can connect any other setups. It is mostly interacted with Data Cloud, where Data Cloud get all the data, and you can have your summaries reports with that. Okay, so the capabilities what we have is summarize Salesforce record, draft or revise sales email, find Salesforce records for you, aggregate Salesforce data, answers your questions, and information can be conversational. Okay, so it pick the best action or action to accomplish a task, and it's get it power from the action. So we create actions. You can have your prompt builder where you can have prompt for this. Okay, you can attach that. You can predefine some email, and later on that can be used to draft an email for you and use the template to create emails for you. Okay, so these are the capabilities and the characteristics of Agentforce Copilot is it is data grounding, zero data retention, data protection, and AI monitoring. So this is trusted. Okay, so also the first policy of Salesforce is trust. Trust matters for Salesforce, okay, for its customers. So data is grounded. There is no data. So there is data retention policy, zero data retention. So we don't keep any data within the interface. Okay, there is very much security within the data. The data of one client doesn't goes to other. Okay, the data production is there, and there are monitoring. Okay, so the first characteristic is trusted. Then second is natural language. So it understand what you say. Okay, it understand your language. Okay, at the back end it might be doing any other machine learning language, but it understand what you say. Like I've shown you in code builder, like I have written something in English, it understood and it provided me back. So as a user, I don't really matter for me like what at the back end is going on, like LLM or machine learning, whatever it is doing, but it can understand what I am saying, and that is very much important for me. Okay, so it can understand your language, and it is very much conversational. That is, it can conversate with you like how you conversate with the human. You ask something, it will reply, and then you can have a follow-up question to that, okay, on the same thing. For enabling Agentforce Copilot, so if you have data cloud, okay, then well and good. So the things which are in blue, so this 5 step will go if you have data cloud. But if you don't have data cloud, if you have the license for only for Einstein AI, then you can go with step 2 and step 5, and I will show you, okay, how we enable Einstein and how we can use that. To interact with MuleSoft, what you can do is create your API spec with OS or RAML. So Salesforce suggests to create with OS because it is more compatible with OS, but you can do it with RAML, and I will be showing with RAML how I have done that. Then you need to publish your specification in Exchange, and then deploy your application in runtime. So that is your first step, because we need to create a name credential in our Salesforce org. So the second step is creating a names credential, and then the third step is creating an external services which will be attached to your asset what you created with your endpoint exchange. Then you create a flow or apex, create a copilot action, and then enable your agent in the copilot builder, which I will show you. So till now, are you good with this PPT explanation what I have done, or you have any question in that? Or this will be more clear when I will show you the demo part. So maybe let me go to the demo part. Okay, first I will go to my design center where I've created my RAML specification. I also have one for OS. I will show you both. So let me show this. They are no different, same concept. So I'm just doing a normal GET request where I'm passing a query parameter, and then it is giving me a result. So I have created an application on top of this, which I have deployed, and I will show this. So this is my RAML spec, a GET, a description like this is for Copilot, a query parameter quotient, which is optional, but definitely we are going to use because we need to give instruction to our Copilot, and a response like welcome to the journey of MuleSoft and Agentforce. Similarly, the same thing I have done for OS. So this is how we write OpenAPI specification. Given an operation ID like it is for Einstein AI, a summary what we are doing, a parameter which is query over here. There it was quotient, here it is query. Required is false. Okay. Example for my parameter, and the response which I'm expecting. Okay. And this I have deployed. So I have published this into my Exchange, and I have created or I have deployed an application on top of this. Okay, so this is a running application which is at present in my runtime. I've done it with Cloud 1, but you can do it with Cloud 2 as well. That doesn't like really matter. It can be both HTTP or HTTPS. The name credential will support both. If it is HTTPS, then there are options to have the authentication mechanism in the name credentials. So this is my API deployed. Now this is my Salesforce org. So make sure you need to have a license for Einstein. So this is a separate org. This doesn't come with your developer org. You need to have a license additionally. Okay. You can see an Einstein logo over here. So you will not see this initially. until and unless you enable the setup. So I have enabled the setup, that's why I can see this, but initially you will not see this option. So once you log into your Salesforce org, this is the page you may look like. Now you need to go to setup. Okay, in setup, this is your setup looks like. You have a home, you have an object manager where you can see all the objects what you have in your Salesforce org. Now from this, search for Einstein. Okay, Einstein setup basically. So you can see there is an option for Einstein setup. So you need to enable the toggle for Einstein setup. That's the first step for you. Okay, once you enable this, then you need to go to agent. Okay, you can see there is agent. So you need to go to agent and you need to enable your Einstein Copilot for Salesforce. Okay, once you enable this, this Einstein Copilot will come over here. Okay, so this are the first two steps you need to do after deploying your mule application. Okay, once this is done, now what we need to do is our mule application is deployed. We need to create a name credential because external services can be configured after name credential is configured. Okay, so I have already created a name credential, which is my Copilot RAML API. So this is how it looks like. So what all you will see is like what is the URL. Then if you want to have any authentication, like suppose if it is HTTPS, I have tried with HTTP. If it is HTTPS and it is authenticated, then you can use the authenticator over here. Okay, now if I edit this, how this looks like, so this is how it looks like. Okay, any authentication protocol if you have used. So I don't want to make any change, so I'll go back. How to create this name credential? Don't go with new, go with your new legacy. Okay, once you go to the new legacy, this is the same page which I have done, where I've given my URL level name, which I need to configure. So once this is done, you need to go to your external services, because the asset what we have created, we need to enable that with our external services. So this is my external services. So you need to connect your MuleSoft, log in with this. Okay, let me. So I already have this. So would you like to route? Yep. So initially you will not see that. You will see an option to connect with your Anypoint platform. Okay, you need to go with your Anypoint platform. You need to connect with your Anypoint platform. Okay, just because this is my company thing, so I am unable to show you like how we are doing that. But you need to go to your like add external services. Okay, and after adding external services, go to route, and that will take you to log into your Anypoint platform. And once you log in, it will give you an option to create external services, where this is my asset which I have created from my RAML. So this is my get request from my Copilot RAML. Okay, where my parameter is question and this is the output I'm expecting. Okay, so you need to choose your asset and you need to enable what all operations you want from that asset. Okay, once you do this, so what you need to do is you need to create an action. Now again, there are two ways of creating an action. Let me show you that. Let me take you to the agent directly first, to the Copilot where we have got our action. So either you create a action additionally or you can create it in the Copilot. But before that, you need to create a flow. So I have created a flow. Okay, now let me walk you through how the flow look like or what I have done with the flow. So this is my Copilot RAML API flow. So you need to go on new flow. You need to click on scratch. Okay, you need to click on scratch and you need to create auto launch. Okay, so this works with your auto launch. So this is the flow you need to create. So I have already created a flow. So I will directly take you with that flow and explain you what I have done it over here. So this is my flow and this is already activated, because if you don't activate it, you cannot enable that in your agent Copilot builder. So you will not see this. Initially, you will see a start and end. So you need to add a action over here. So just click on this and click on action. Once you click on action, give a name to your label, to your action, and this parameter will, like, you need to choose. Let me see if I can create a new action. I need to disable it. Let me create a new one, just for example. Scratch, auto action, create. So here you go on action. Okay, once you go to an action, just give a name, give a label to your action. This is taking some time. Okay, so first you need to choose is your copilot. Okay, so see, this is my copilot ramel. I need to choose this. I want to get copilot, the operation what we have seen in the external services, then give the name, give the label, and automatically it will show you this option, quotient, and create a variable. Okay, what I have done is I have created a variable over here where I will do my input. So I have created a variable which is a type of text. I have given it, say, quotient, and here I have given it as a text, and I want a input, so available for input. Okay, once you do this, create an assignment. Okay, now this is where you will see a response. So say I will say it as response. Okay, and here the action which is running after that, the output what I'm getting. Okay, I need to match my variable with that, so we will create one more variable. Okay, but this time say message is my variable, but this time I will not use text, I will use apex defined, because I'm getting it from my application, from my mule, right? So I need to define apex defined, and here I need to search for Einstein. Okay, as already we have configured our external services, so there will be an option for Einstein external services over here. So ABCDE, see, on external services, copilot ramel get copilot output 200. So this is what the output I'm expecting, and then available for output, enable this. Okay, so this is how you have to define your, say, flow over here. You create your flow. You see I've created a variable which is that apex define, and the output which I'm getting from my this action. Once this is done, you can debug, you can see if it is giving you the expected output or not. So once your flow is done, okay, let me close this, I don't need this. Once that flow is done, so again you have two options. So first is your agent action. So you can add your agent action by going to this option, agent action, new agent action. Okay, in this reference is your flow, because we have created a flow, and here it will show you the option like the flow what you have created. Click on this and that will get added. Okay, that is one option. Another option is, like, for me this copilot is added. Okay, another option is, if you're not going with your agent action, what you can do is you can directly go to your Einstein copilot. Okay, to your builder. So this is how your builder looks like, and make sure to do any changes on this, your copilot builder should be deactivated. At present this is not active. If it is showing you the active option, that means you need to activate it. So if you want to make any change, you need to first deactivate it. This is your location where at present you can see my action is added, but this is, you need to click on topic, and this is where you can add a asset or create a new topic. Okay, so what you can do is go to this, edit. Okay, this topic action, and here you can add from library or add a action. So the step what I have shown you, like going to agent action where you need to add your flow in your agent action, instead of that step you can directly do it from here, like add it from here. Okay, if you have already added, then you need to go to add from asset library, and it will show like what are the assets you have in your agent action. Once that is done, go back to this topic and save it. Okay, as we are not doing this. Okay, then you can provide instruction to your Copilot. So when you add the flow, okay, from your action or from this library, it will ask you some option like what instruction you want to give to your agent, because this is something how the agent will recognize like what you are asking. Okay, what action you instruction you want to ask, and what should go as an input, and what is the requested output side, like what you need. So when I'm giving an instruction saying that this is the instruction I will be passing to my agent, okay, this is the question which should go to my application, to my mule application, where input is required and collect data from the user, and I'm expecting a response from Copilot where output is required. Okay, once you do this, activate your agent. Okay, so now your agent is activated. You can see there is an option for deactivating this. I can put my question or my instruction over here. Okay, so I will put my instruction and it is analyzing like what instruction I have given, and it is trying to bring me the data. It will call mule application and it will give me the expected output, like what output I'm expecting. So I'm expecting something. Yes, welcome to the journey of MuleSoft and Agentforce. Okay, so see, this is the output it has given me, and this is something which I was expecting because this is something I have defined in my application as well. Okay, so this is how your agent work. This is one aspect where how we have created an application and we interacting with MuleSoft. But there are other aspects like you create a prompt, you again add that prompt in your Einstein Copilot Builder, and then you can ask whatever you want or whatever report it want to give to you. One more thing, there are some predefined uh, actions. What are there now? Uh, get me the list of opportunities. So I have not created this. This is something which is already there. So just in my first page, as my Einstein is enabled, so I'm asking it to give me a list of opportunities, and it will give me some of the list. Okay, so it gave me all the list. So I don't need to go to the developer console or go to any extension to do my select queries, my SQL statement and bring, but it has brought me. If I want to list the orders, I can do that as well. I can ask it me to list the orders. Even I can provide some filters like list me the order where my order cost is greater than this, okay, greater than some amount. So it will also filter that out for me. So now see, you see this, it lists me all the orders. Now I want anything which is more than USD 30,000. So list me orders where the order amount is more than USD, sorry, USD 30,000. And let's see, does it bring anything for this order, which is 27,900. It is analyzing, it is trying to get my instruction what I've told, and you see there is no request or no data for anything which is 27,900 because it has filtered that. Getting, so this is pretty much about code builder. Sorry, my bad. Any
Agent Force.
Agentforce Copilot. In case the authentication is handled by an external IDP, how we do that for Agentforce connected artifact? Uh, you are talking about auth 2 kind of things, Soham?
So basically, you use the name credential
Mhm,
to access the MuleSoft service, right? So that sample MuleSoft service,
mhm.
you are using the agent force to connect to it, right? So suppose if my MuleSoft service is being authorized using a JWT provider, right? Meaning you have some sort of Azure IDP, you use a connected credential to
Right,
get the JWT token, and then we hit the MuleSoft service
right.
using that JWT token, right? So
Mhm.
how we do that for if we have that type of architecture in place, right? How we do that here.
Okay, so we have this authentication option.
Exactly.
Let me see if, like, if it is binded with any certification, then you can use that over here.
Yeah, this is like the certificate part
See,
is more like
see. This is the
yeah,
option. You have got
exactly.
all
So
that
that
option over here.
JW, okay, got it. JWT
Okay.
token exchange.
Yeah.
Understood.
So now you can use your and you can do it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question we have?
No,
So I hope you got some idea about Agentforce and Anypoint Code Builder so far. So the next will be on RPA, where I will give you an overview, like what are the different components and things and how it looks like. And in past, I have tried RPA IDP, like I am integrating IDP with RPA. Unfortunately, I don't have that setup now, so I won't be showing that. But I have a screenshot. I can show you that. And Vanda will be talking through IDP in depth. So, but I will show you just an overview. Okay, so let me go back to my slides and let's talk about RPA. Okay, so some of you have already worked on RPA. So MuleSoft Robotic Processing Automation, RPA enable you to automate business process and task by using both, which help save time and present instruction human errors. MuleSoft RPA works on Windows machine only, like the downloadable tools what we have. Okay, so we have four different components: RPA Manager, RPA Recorder, RPA Builder, and RPA Bot. So Manager is a cloud based application where it is cloud based integrated with your endpoint platform. Okay, so if you have a RPA license, you can see that in your endpoint platform. Recorder, Builder, and Bots are desktop tools. Okay, Recorder is where you record a particular session, where you give it a recording, where suppose you are logging to any point platform, you are giving your username password, you are authenticating it, then you are in a platform, you are going to runtime, you are enabling or disabling any of your application. So you record that instead of manually giving a process, you can record that, and that recorder can be used on Builder. So Builder is the tool where you actually create your, I can say, applications, and you enable that into bot. Okay, once you do your application, you again publish that to your manager, and then you can enable that in your bot, and your bot do the things for you. Okay, so life cycle. So you need to install your software to access your user with your RPA. Evaluate and process. So earlier we had only evaluate, but now it has divided into evaluate and process. Okay, and I'll talk about it. Then you design, you build, you test, you deploy, and then you manage and monitor. So evaluate was like for application where you first want to evaluate whether the metrics what we have, whether this is a right use case for my application. Okay, to go to use the RPA, MuleSoft RPA, the bots. Then you evaluate that using that matrix. If the matrix matches your expectation, then you create something with RPA, else you don't do that. And then we have got process. So for process, like you are sure that you don't want to evaluate and you want to make this process with RPA, then you can directly do that. Okay, so this is how it looks like, your interface looks like. Okay, your process, your evolution. You have two options. If you go to process, then it will take you to this new process creation, where you need to give your details over here and you need to start automation. Then this is the process, how it looks like. So initially when it is in design, you cannot see that in your builder, but to see in builder you need to move it to your build phase in your build. So once you do it in your build, you can see that in your builder. So this is how your builders look like. Okay, for document processing, we had three different options in RPA builder. Okay, this is how your RPA looks like, and I will show you. Okay, and this is something we had created for IDP earlier, where in the workflow we create, submit, document, retrieve. Okay, and we have written the text to a file. This is the IDP configuration where for submit, like you need to create your IDP first in your platform. Okay. And you need to publish that as an asset, and that asset will be used over here. We use connected app to connect your platform with your RPA. Okay. Cool. So let me show this. So this is my RPA. This is pretty much how it looks like, my process. Okay, so you can create process. One of your colleague can create and share with you, like my colleague has done for me. It has created and shared one with me, so I can also do changes on this. This is the download application, which is downloadable in your Windows machine. Okay, so this is how the interface of your RPA looks like in any point platform. This is the RPA manager option you get. So once you do that, create an account, and then you can see manage over here. Now let me open my okay, let me open this. I've already opened it. Meanwhile, anyone have any question, let me know. Let me stop sharing for just a minute. Let me connect it, and I will be back.
Meanwhile, anyone have any questions?
Yeah, please feel free to ask any question if you have. I'm just enabling it. Okay, unfortunately my instance is stopped. Let me start it.
I had a question, Abhishek.
Yeah.
Uh, again, means I'm not a great RP expert, but it is technical to the steps, right? That the bot steps. So suppose the bot automation tasks, right, where it is like those squares, right?
Mhm.
Uh, what is ideal or what is recommended from a coding standpoint is each each operation you do means how you differentiate or categorize those bot tasks, right? So for example, if I have the bot, if I want a bot to go through a series of clicks or series of UI screens,
Mhm.
that to me justifies as a business task, one business task.
Mhm.
Is it recommendable I capture all of them under one bot assignment task, or it is always advisable to break them into multiple and make the flow as big as possible? What is the recommendation there?
See, like ideally, what we say is like if you create everything in one process or one flow, then it might be difficult for you to understand that. Okay, now it as a best practice, it's not only just for bot or RPA, but also for mule applications as well. Like if you are creating, then create in such a way where maybe it can be reusable, or it help you to or anyone else to debug that easily, right? So if you have that facility where you can break that up into, instead of one where you have created 15 different things, creating it into two where you have kept seven things, or maybe three where five, where it is more easy to debug, and if that also help you to be reused, right? As a best practice altogether, I'm saying, not only with the concept of RPA thing. Okay, so that is something which I will suggest. Yeah, anyone was saying anything? Yeah, as a best practice, because in RPA you have this option where you can connect your flows, right? You get that
Right.
option, so you don't need to create a very lengthy thing, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And the other question I have is, suppose if so normally if we are interacting with, so in order to initiate an automation process, right?
Hmm.
Suppose it's an HTTP trigger,
Hmm.
correct? Means I'm accepting an HTTP post
Hmm.
as the process automation trigger, and it is capturing some sort of payload
Hmm.
and taking it across, processing it as part of the bot automation task.
Mhm.
My question to you is, I had observed that there is a very strict format uh, of posting those type of requests, right? Meaning the request or the payload that we post, it has to be some sort of sequence variables, or that variable that I have to expose as part of the bot automation task.
Mhm.
uh, do you think there is a better way around it, or those type of inputs I can only capture as part of those variables that I define as part of automation tasks?
Maybe variable would be a good part in that. Like I have not explored that much with uh, Mule RPA as of for
Got
bot.
it. Okay,
I
no
have
worries.
done mostly on builder directly because like
Got it.
manually on things. But yes, you have the options of variables. You can define the parameters, right?
Exactly.
You want. So defining that, if that make it easy, more easy and convenient to have that, then definitely why not to go with that.
Understood. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for your input.
Yep. I hope you can see my screen now. So I have enabled my builder. So this is how the builders look like. So you can see there are different options. So this is where you can save it. This is where once you think like, okay, what you have built is right, you can upload it to the manager. And we have different other tools over here. This is your toolbar where this is your project explorer, like what are the different project or workflows you have. Again, this is the repository. So what process we have created, we can see the repository over here. Okay, and we can bring that once the builder phase is like we have deployed that to the builder phase or publish that to the builder phase, then we can see this option. And here you can see the process, and you can complete your process over here. Okay, once you design and you see okay you cannot end it, just you can complete it over here. At present there is no and option, that's why it is giving me an error over here. Okay, and also this is not configured definitely, so you can add and to this. Okay, this is where you create your workflow, you do your drops, and this is your active library. If you need to search for anything, uh, the main part is your toolbar. So here is where you can see all the tool which you want related to create your flows. Okay, to create your application, to create your flows, you can see the different option we have over here. Okay, so you can use that. For me at present, the MuleSoft IDP connector is not working over here unfortunately, but you can see there is OCR with AWS, and there should be other option as well. Yeah, see, you can see there's options over here, just one option is not enabled for me, but you can see different option you can have for HTTP as well, I guess, or requester. Like somehow it is recognized, I need to see that. We have for file, we have for flows, general. Okay, all this connectors we have. This is our toolbar where you can use it, and you can bring it in your workflow, you can do whatever you want. For connected app, this is your active parameter portion where like it is like a global setting, I can say. Okay, where you can define whatever settings or variables parameters you want to define. This options you get for AWS credential, or for connected app also we have an option. I don't see that now, but we have an option for that as well. Let me try again. Okay, maybe the IDP is not working, that's why it is not showing me, but yes, you will get an option for connected app as well. Okay, so this is pretty much how the RPA looks like. My slide, let me find my slide. Yep. So this is all about your Anypoint Code Builder, your Agentforce, and your RPA. Now, any question you have, I will stop sharing so that Vanna can take it up. Any question we have on this, then we can give 2-3 minutes, because then we have IDP and we need to talk about it as well. Any questions so far, team? Anyone? All good? Questions? Okay, if we are good, then maybe we can start with the IDP. Over to you, Vandana.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think like most of them already have idea on IDP. If you are part of ecosystem and all, maybe you already like guessed what is IDP here. Like IDP, it will process the document intelligently. So first I'm going to explain what is IDP. Then I will go for Einstein, the new feature. The first time the IDP tool went live in April GA. So in short, we can say what it will do basically. It will extract, scan for each and every document information, and further you can integrate this with different end system. Either it may be a RPA, it may be a Studio, it may be a Salesforce flow, anything. So basically, IDP will be a full-fledged tool to do end-to-end automation completed. So we can, as I said, we can integrate with anything IDP. So now you can ask me like before IDP what and how we can process the document, right? So there are like several use cases like Amazon AWS extract so that we can scan the information from the document. So IDP is similar to that concept or top of that concept. It will help us to extract the information, and also a backend now it's the Einstein AI powered. We'll see like a quick benefits on IDP also. So since it's a simple like a UI based tool, you just upload the files using a fewer clicks, and you can set up this without any coding or mules of knowledge. It's a kind of a low code no code tool. It's also like a very much easier and faster way to extract the data out of it, because backend we have Einstein AI. So which will be trained with the all natural language or machine language algorithm. So it will require data out of the document. So in the sense like data means here it may be unstructured or semi-structured data. It means like a PDF or images uploaded by ourselves. Then it will give you a structured data, that is a JSON format. We'll see like in demo like how we can extract, transform, and send it to the end system. Like in IDP, we have like a different steps. It will involve configuration. It may be after the configuration, it will go to automation and review team. Of course, like if confidence scores is less, then it will go to manual review team. So we have like a team, either maybe a one person or it may be a team. They can manually review your document, and they can approve your document. Okay, there are like a lot of use cases also for the IDP. Like it may be an insurance claim, it may be kind of Amazon or Flipkart services. This kind of use cases we can use IDP. So this is a quick overview on a IDP, but now we'll see like what is Einstein IDP. So we know that like now I discussed what is the basic understanding of IDP and what it will do basically, and what is the Einstein for the IDP. So it also same like extract the document, but using Einstein for it, and it will provide more logic to AI part of it. So Einstein can help you to derive some result out of it. So Einstein is not only like a normal IDP, like it not only extract the information from particular document, it's also processing like working on the information. For example, I can ask like if I upload some document or upload some resume or anything, you can ask for example I'm uploading some driver license, and I can ask based on the document, based on like date of birth from that document, can you please calculate the person, calculate the age of that person. You can ask that. Otherwise, based on the fields in that document, can you please give me output in a JSON format or XML format. You can ask this kind of a logical prompts. That will be possible in Einstein IDP. So we'll see like quick or I can say quick diagram like how Einstein for IDP will work, right? So you can add your own natural language prompts. Maybe it may be a driving license with the date of birth. I want to say like we can calculate the age. I already said based on that. It's not just extract the information like IDP, it's also giving the logical result out of it. So let me understand this diagram like with the help of natural language. So we have the OCR here. It will basically scan the documents or retrieve the information from that document. And further with the Einstein part of you are connecting MuleSoft Anypoint platform or that I'm going to show after this. You are going to connect MuleSoft Anypoint platform or with the Salesforce or you are enabling Einstein in a both places. So what happens here is the information or process or extracted by the Einstein is protected by the Einstein trust layer. So Einstein trust layer is basically it will secure your customer data. For example, it may be any crucial information, it may be any crucial data that will be protected at any cost because backend we have Einstein trust layer here. So here Einstein is taking care of that, and after that you will be getting result in a normalized form. This is how Einstein for IDP will work. Before moving to demo, let me discuss limitations on IDP. It's almost similar like what and all normal IDP have limitations. It will accept the formats like either it may be a PDF, PNG, JPG formats. It will accept and file size limit. If you are uploading through UI, then 8 MB per file. Uploading through API, 10 MB per file. The same limitation, but prompt limits for one document action we can use 30 prompts, and the prompts will be in English language only. It will support only English language prompts. We can't use different language. But when you are uploading through any document, it may be an English document, it may be a Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, and German. As of now, it's supporting 6 to 7 a language for the document, but prompt should be in English language only. Quickly, I'll show demo like how we can set up the Einstein in Salesforce org as well as in MuleSoft Anypoint platform. For that prerequisite, you need Anypoint platform and you need one Salesforce org. So first, you just logged into Salesforce org, and first you need to enable Einstein here. So as already Abhishek said here, go to Einstein setup. Yeah, it's already enabled for me. You just enable this. So after that, you need to enable here some MuleSoft services. So for that, you just search MuleSoft in the setup. So just go to here in a gear icon, and we are already in setup. So just go to gear icon and click this setup. So once you click that, you'll get like this screen. Then search here MuleSoft. In the MuleSoft, we have two services like Anypoint platform setup and MuleSoft services. So first, we'll configure MuleSoft services. So once you click this MuleSoft services, here you will get one screen like a login to your Anypoint platform. So you can log in here using your Anypoint platform credential, username and password, and it will ask like choose US or EU region. You can choose anything as of now. And once you've done that, it will ask give the confirmation. So you can give the confirmation. So once it's done, like you are ready to go, like you are configured your MuleSoft platform credential in a Salesforce. Okay. So once it's done, like you can click this Anypoint platform setup, and here you need to exchange your organization ID, like org ID from platform to Salesforce you need to add, and Salesforce to MuleSoft you need to add that. So for that, you just click this view connection info here. Yeah. So here it will ask like any point platform organization ID. So that one you will get it from here. So for before that, you need to add here Salesforce org, that you will get it from here. So you can see here your Salesforce organization tenant key or org key both are same. So you just copy this one and just click here and add here. So once you added that, you are able to enable this setting. So once you enable this one, your Salesforce org got configured in Anypoint platform. So once that is done, you are able to see here like a green tick mark as well as this one you are able to see here. So just click this action and get Anypoint platform org key. Just copy this one and go to here and paste here. So once you do this and try to connect that. Yeah. Once you try to connect that, you can able to see here, you need to enable these two. Let me refresh that. Actually, you are able to enable those things. So once it done, so I already enabled everything. Maybe some issue. Yeah. So once it got enabled, everything is set. Like you already added your Salesforce org in Anypoint platform. At the same time, Anypoint platform um org key to Salesforce. So it's tightly coupled now. Like you are enabled MuleSoft to Salesforce and Salesforce Einstein to MuleSoft. Both side it got enabled. So once it's done, you can go and go to access management, already in access management, and go to connected apps. Let me log in. Yeah. So once you logged into any point platform, you can see here automation section, right? So here you can able to see IDP. So before that, you need to create connected app for the IDP. Just go to connected apps. I already created here IDP connected app. Just copy this client ID and client secret for the future thing. And I'm going to IDP now. You can create new. As of now, IDP is providing a three document action, that is types, invoice, purchase order, and generic type. You can choose anything. Now I'm going to choose invoice. So once it's done, you can able to see here screen, right? Like a home page. Home page is it's like you can create your new document action, and we have a document action. So whatever you created document action, it will become in a document action page. Then we have like review task. If your document is not processed successfully, then it will come in a review task section. So before that review task, we need to add a reviewer. So then they will get notified and they can just approve the document manually. So let me go to test. I need to select the files here. Yeah, I'm going to select one invoice file. And I'm going to run this. So once it's got run, So here you can see like it extract the field from the document, like it may be a signature may be not there in the document, email, due date, address, everything is like whichever you need you can add, otherwise you can just do invisible that one, that is your choice. So once it's done, you can see here an option that is a prompt, like you can ask anything to this prompt. For example, I want to ask invoice number from this. Already it's generated for the invoice number, but if you want to ask like any logical thing, for example, I'm going to ask a format, um, invoice number, invoice date, company, company fields in JSON format or XML format. You can ask that. You're asking instruction. Just add that and you need to run that. Yeah, you can see here like we got the output. So previously, like if you want, if you are not configured Einstein in the IDP, you will get only one output, that is IDP NLP. Now you configured Einstein in our platform, so that's the reason you are getting two output here, that is Einstein and IDP NLP. You can see here main the difference is the confidence score. The IDP and NLP is a less confident, and Einstein is a more confident, so 98%. At the same time, you can see here, like if I choose IDP and NLP, you're not getting what you're asking. I'm asking like invoice number, invoice date, company, if it's this all I need in JSON format, but it couldn't able to recognize that. But if you choose Einstein, it's giving the output like invoice number, everything in a JSON format. You can ask same thing. It is in if you need it is in a XML format. You can ask that. It will give. So this is how like Einstein in IDP it will work. And you can ask anything like if I upload now resume, you can ask like what is the total experience of this candidate. But resume you should upload in generic type, or you can't upload that in an invoice or purchase order. And this is how like Einstein for IDP will work. So further you can integrate this with anything like for example, you can add, you can see here like a reviewer. I can add myself here, reviewer, or otherwise you can add your colleagues or anyone. Yeah, if it is the document is not processed successfully, then it will go to this review task tab, and you can manually review and you can proceed with that. Okay. So yeah, as of now, everything looks good to me. So I just published this into Exchange. So once it's got published to Exchange, then you can use that one further. You can integrate with anything. Yeah, here you can see in the Exchange. Yeah, here we got our two endpoints. First one is the post endpoint as well as a get endpoint. I'll show you that one in I integrate already integrated with a studio that will show you like how it works. This is a similar like let me show there itself. So what I've done basically, I just imported that RAML. So whatever I'm getting here, I just downloaded this RAML and I imported this in a studio. So this is look like this. And before that, once you need to log in your platform in your studio. So I already logged in here, and you can search here your document action. So my document action name is IDP invoice something I have. Not this one I am taking. I already have that one. Let me show you that. Yeah, this is the one I created, IDP invoice demo. This IDP invoice demo, I'm just like taking this module in studio, IDP invoice demo. So once you added that one, you are able to see here icons of IDP, get and post like operations you can see here. So this one you can integrate with the studio. Okay, so this one I used here like both get and post operation. So if you need configuration for the IDP, yeah, yeah, just a simple one like a host, a port, a protocol you need to add, and client ID, client secret, whatever we created, connected app, right? That one I used here, and remaining token URL, everything is by default. So once you done this one, for the post operation, there is nothing is there, any configuration we need. But for the get, we need to pass the execution ID. Um, that one I already created variable and I'm passing here. And yeah, of course, the transformation. And reading the file from the local as of now here, you can use any SFTP, you can use SFTP, FTP, anything. I just use a file read here. I'm reading that file from my local. So I already ran this. Let me hit that from the postman. One minute. One minute, let me add that file. I can read it from here also. Some resource. The file is there. Let me rerun that. Yeah, let me read another one. Okay. Um, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. That file. Let me check once that file. Let me run that. If you have any question until I can run that.
Anyone, any question?
Is anyone have any question?
Nothing on chat, Yusuf. Sorry for this, but this should work now. We are a little bit over time, but sorry for that. But I hope that works because this should be very insightful. Meanwhile, it's getting started. Anyone want to discuss anything? Any question regarding the topics what we have discussed? And at the end, we can go with anything if you want off the topic you want to discuss. We can take that up as well.
One minute.
Maybe you're having issue with your file. You're not getting saved. Show me your read connector once. Uh, you are unable to do it from your local as well. This is from your local only, right?
Yeah, local only this.
No, this is do again. Choose
Repeat.
any other location. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Choose any other location. Do you have it any in any other location in your desktop or somewhere? Yeah, choose it from here. Yeah, not right. Remove this. Remove this file from your local. From your yeah, this one. Remove it. It's not getting saved. Save in fact.
Let me run again.
So if you're reading it from your main resources, it's better if you give it class path. But let's see.
Maybe that issue with the move file, maybe because I deleted that folder. Now it will work.
This topic seems try again. Run again.
It's got created now. So I'm just taking this execution ID and passing in get operation to retrieve the details of that code document. Here you can see like the status is succeeded. So if you get status is manual validation required, then you need to go to IDP and go to review task and you need to approve that manually. Okay. So this is how we can integrate Einstein IDP with the MuleSoft Anypon Studio Flow. If anyone have any question, please let me know.
Yep. So we are pretty much done with our meetup with our presentation and demos, and now the form is open for any open questions regarding this topic, or maybe if you want to discuss anything apart from this topic, then we are happy to discuss on that as well.
So yeah, if you have any question, you can ask. You can connect either Abhishek or me, either on Slack or LinkedIn. We are active in LinkedIn, so you can ask those questions. And yeah, recording I will upload in 24 like within 24 hours. That will be present in our event page only, so you can access that.
Yeah, Vinay, you want to say something? Vinay Kumar, you unmuted.
No, 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 Abhishek.
Okay. Yeah, Mani, you were saying something?
No, thank you.
Okay. Anyone, any question? Anything we can give more 5 minutes if we are okay? You can stop recording on that. That's fine.